what are Poshmark parties and exactly what do you do with them? So let's just go over. Poshmark parties are going to be every single day on the app. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you're here if you are returning. If you're new, welcome. My name is Christina and this channel is all about Poshmark tips and reselling and ideas you can use for your reselling business. So let's dive in today because today we're going to be talking about what are Poshmark parties and exactly what do you do with them. So let's just go over. Poshmark parties are going to be every single day on the app. They're going to be 9, 12, 4, and 7. So 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. And they're going to be different categories or topics for each party. So when you look at it, it could just be like a tops party. It could be a men's party. It could be a high-end fashion party. It could be like, I think they had like over the summer, like a boho party. There's so many different themes that they can do and you can put into. So like say they have a maternity party or a baby party, I actually can't partake in that because I don't have any maternity clothes or baby clothes in my closet. Of course, I can share other people's stuff in there. I just can't share my stuff into that party. Now let's say there's a men's party. I can partake in that because I have some men's items. So it really depends on what you have in your closet and what's available and what you want to do. So now that you kind of know, everyday parties are every day. They have different themes. Now, should you be joining in them? Is it something that is beneficial for you? I'll have to say yes and no, and it kind of depends, and see what works for you. In the beginning, I was real adamant about staying on there and every day sharing the closet in the morning and the evening, sharing, messaging when people like something or sending offers. And I did do it consistently, but I will say this past month, it got a little too much, especially when I started listing more items, especially with my other thing that I do on the side, because I am a business coach and a website designer. So this is something that I do on the side hobby, helping people in their business and reselling. So I kind of wasn't able to share as much or share to the parties as much. So at first I was like, yes, do it as much as you can, do it. Then now I'm kind of saying, do what works for you, do what you can share in the party, but be consistent. I will say one thing I have noticed over this year being in it, consistency. I will say if you were to list once a month, that'd be really hard to get maybe traffic going to your Poshmark closet, because actually listing items brings more traffic over to it. So even if you don't have new items, you can actually relist those items. But we're getting off topic from parties. So definitely you can make sales. So let me talk about host picks. This past week, it was like a sweater party or something, and I shared all my sweaters in the party, and I ended up getting a host pick on my Tommy Hilfiger long sleeve sweater. And it ended up getting a couple likes, and the like that it did get, she ended up messaging me and had a bunch of questions about it that she wanted specifically answered, because I did have measurements for the length of it and for pit to pit, but she wanted from top to top, from the inseam, and then she also wanted the bust, the waist, and then the bottom opening. She also wanted, she had another question too, but she definitely had a few questions. So it was a day or two I was talking with her and sending messages. And after I sent the pictures and answered everything, she ended up asking, okay, what's the best offer? And I was like, okay, well, I listed it at $24, $25, and I was like, well, I'd be willing to go the lowest at $21, and I would give you $1.80 off shipping. And she's like, okay, done. So I sent her the offer and she bought it. So I'm not saying that host party, when you post into a party, it doesn't work. But I will say I've never actually gotten a sale from that party. I've gotten tons of engagement and things to that item or to items, but during that I've actually not resulted in a sale because of sharing items into that. I have gotten sales during a party, but it wasn't even a theme party. So what I noticed from parties personally for me is that it just brings over more engagement, more people that are potentially interested in my items. And I definitely don't want to miss out on that because I have actually resulted in sales, like I said, after the party, not during. So yeah, host picks. Now, how do you do host picks? What do you do? What is a host pick? I'll pop up like some pictures for you, but basically go into the party and you can see, you know, the host picks, the showrooms and everything. And the host pick is what the host, the ambassadors, pick your item. They special feature it in this room. How do you get this host pick? To be honest, I actually just like to all the ambassadors that are in the party, I'll share all my items into the closet first, and then I will go to the ambassadors and I'll actually share a ton of their items. I might like their Poshmark profile. I might leave a comment saying congratulations on getting a party. Just sharing a ton of love. So whatever it is they look at, they just see me everywhere. And it's like, okay, maybe they go check out my closet and hopefully pick an item as a host pick. And I will say I put the top items that I think could be potentially a host pick, I put it at the very top so they don't like scroll through my closet looking for things, because I found that any host pick item that they picked, it was right at the top of my closet. It was never scrolling through the items. Let me know if it works different for you, but that's what I noticed definitely for me. What else about host parties should you join? Honestly, that was pretty much it for the parties. You knew the times to do it. We talked about, I gave you host party tips and stuff, like to maybe get it. Otherwise, I don't want to go too deep into this because it's just supposed to be about Poshmark parties, but I want to make sure I touched everything on there. Yeah, so just make sure you share into the closet if you want, partake in the times. And I don't know if I told you for picking when to do it, but do what works for you. Like if you can only join in one party a day because you have so much stuff going on, do one party a day, but make sure it's a party that you can actually partake in. So you can look ahead of time on the schedule what parties are going on. So with that being said, that is all we're going to talk about Poshmark parties. I hope you partake in Poshmark parties. I hope you get host pick in Poshmark parties. I hope this was helpful for you and you understand exactly what a Poshmark party is. If you did and this was helpful, make sure you like this below and then share it with others who could use this in their business. And I think that's it for this video. I just feel like I am not telling you something about Poshmark parties. If I cut out and remember something, I will totally cut it back in there for you. With that being said, bye. I will see you in the next video, which we'll be talking actually about website widgets, which is really cool. All right.